Let's talk about the conservative movement. Today's modern conservative movement, I think it's infiltrated. It's watered down, it's lukewarm, it's only conservative to a degree that it still makes you comfortable. It's no longer conservative to the point where it makes you uncomfortable. It causes a radical change in you. A lot of people, they're being sold this idea that that today's conservatism is really lukewarm, watered down. There was a quote that I read not too long ago. It was about Christianity, and this pastor or this author, he likened modern Christianity to like how people make their coffee. They like it. They make their coffee according to their own tastes. They leave some stuff out. They take some stuff in, mainly verses in like the Book of Proverbs or like Psalms. Encouraging verses, um, like verses about God's protection, God's love, etc. Not all the verses that talk about discipline. And he likened modern Christianity to like how people make their coffee. People accept things about Christianity and reject others that make them feel uncomfortable. They make Christianity into their worldview, into their perception, into their personalization. And I thought, that was exactly what the Renaissance movement was like. That started uh, um, in Florence, Italy. It was all about the painters, the authors, the sculptors, and people of other abstract artistic professions molding the world, creating the world in their image. And I thought about how that reflects Lucifer in the Garden of Eden. How he convinced um, Eve and Adam that they can be gods, that they can be a god of their own world. They'll have forbidden knowledge. And, um, we have Nicki Minaj all of a sudden. Now Nicki Minaj is a role model for conservatives. Now we got Russell Brand in the whole conservative movement. It seems like nowadays they just take in anybody of star power, of star influence, especially with the younger generation. And if they say one little thing about, hey, I love God, or hey, I support Trump and what he's doing, at least in this regard, all of a sudden the conservative movement takes them in open hands. Like, hey, you're one of us now. And then all of a sudden they're on Fox News one day and on a clip that goes viral. All of a sudden, some celebrity star that used to shake their ass in music videos or that used to curse like a freaking sailor, all of a sudden they're like Team God or Team Trump or Team Conservative Movement or Team Turning Point USA. Whenever these people had a shady past, and not only that, but these people in the entertainment industry, they are one of them. They are part of the fraternity of the Brotherhood. And it's not like you can leave the Brotherhood into the truth movement, the so-called truth movement. At least that's how Donald Trump, like the conservative movement, likes to label themselves. They're against the New World Order, globalism, etc. Like, no, you're part of the Brotherhood, and you'll always be part of the Brotherhood unless you die. And even the conservative movement is part of the Brotherhood. Just like the Masonic tile was white and black symbolism, white and black tiles, they're still Masons, Democrat, Republican. And it shows you how watered down, how lukewarm conservative ideology, a conservative lifestyle actually is now. I mean, come on, think about it. We got billionaires, people with status, with high powers and high rankings in government, in politics, government officials talking about they know what conservatism is. Like, the real conservatives are the middle class, the working population, the small communities, the families. And on YouTube, we have so many of these self-proclaimed womanizers talking about conservative ideology, and they're womanizers. Like, no, the real conservative guy or the real conservative girl is that girl, the girl or guy that married their sweetheart, their high school sweetheart. And they stayed together until college, or got married and had kids, and or they met their significant other in their small town community at a local high school dance or at a breakfast place in their community. Those are the real conservatives, not a lot of these so-called red pill people on YouTube that talk about God or Christianity or about Islam or about Abrahamic monotheistic religions. They may say certain things that tickle the ear of conservatives, but what in the hell do these youngsters know about true, real, cold conservatism? They never live the life that their parents or their grandparents lived. They don't know what real conservatism is, especially in this day of artificial intelligence. We have everything at our fingertips. It's like if we can't experience it in real life, then we can experience the digital dopamine of it, which of course isn't the same thing, but you get the picture I'm trying to make. Like it's very hard to live a conservative lifestyle because whenever we feel the sudden urge, the need to satisfy our impulses or our bodily desires, we just go on the internet, look up anything, junk food. Oh, we can go online and order junk food, pornography, etc. It's like any impulse or urge from our lust, from our body that we crave, that we need, or like all of a sudden we just feel an urge. We could, if we can't experience it in real life, we don't have that much money or the power or, to pull the strings and experience that, then we can experience the counterfeit, the digital counterpart, the digital component of it, which is in the digital realm. And that's why, these people that go to poor countries, third world countries, and help them have access to the internet, to laptops, it's not because they're good people, not because they're involved in humanitarianism or, philanthropy. No, they just want everybody connected to the internet, not so they can have a better life. That's what they say, but no, for control, to monitor them, to record them, for utter brute dominance. Like, what in the hell do these people know about conservative lifestyles? What do you and I know about conservative lifestyles? We didn't have to live through World War I, World War II, or the Great Depression. Yeah, and our ancestors fought like hell to give us a better life, and we should be thankful for that. But we should always follow the old script. Our foundation for a conservative Christian lifestyle has to always come from the ground up, not from artificial intelligence, but from what our grandparents and our great-grandparents lived through. Not what these people, these puppets in politics, from not what they say. A lot of these people have been divorced. A lot of these people have been caught in scandals and crimes. Especially these mainstream influencers. They say the most outlandish, robust things. And I mean, how conservative are you if you can't control your tongue, for crying out loud? And yet these are the influencers for young men and women who I mean, they come at a time whenever, a lot of households, like single parent households, are at an all-time high. And like, it's like they're taking advantage of how vulnerable the population is. And they're coming in and substituting real education. They're substituting their beliefs for real education, like real Christianity. Yeah, every now and then in their videos, they may hold a Bible and everything, but they don't know what that Bible says. Like, it's funny. Donald Trump admitted plenty of times that he probably doesn't even read the Bible. He's probably never read a page a day in his life. And then a lot of the people in the MAGA movement, they claim that, our president is a Christian, or they think that in America, we're going to come back to Christian conservative views. It's like your president probably isn't even a Christian, for crying out loud. Anybody who announces just a pint of conservative talk, all of a sudden the Republican administration embraces them. And they're on Fox News a day later next to Donald Trump being the new face of the MAGA movement, of the conservative movement. Russell Brand, Nicki Minaj, like, you can't make this stuff up. Like, this is all a circus, a clown freak show. And a lot of people are still buying into it because a lot of these people are desperate. They're vulnerable. They want some answers, you know? But no, in these times, you got to have your own backbone. Like, you got to look to yourself, fend for yourself. Because the more you look to other people, the more you just become weak and dormant. Like, you got to learn how to stand on your own 2 feet and not look to anybody or anything for your livelihood.